What's good, everybody? What's going on, man? It's Stephen Qualls II, aka Mr. Qualified. It's your boy, and we're back with another episode of the Right Quality with my homeboy Emilio. Go ahead, talk to the people, brother.
I forgot I gave him the government. What's good, y'all? The All-Star game was question mark. Let's just start there.
The All-Star game was lackluster. The All-Star game was uninteresting.
You know, like hard cut intros, just like, going from hello, this is an intro. How's the All-Star game? It just felt like the dunk contest. Let's start somewhere. I forgot the people we're starting from. It's Sunday night, it's
Yeah.
Monday morning. We're waking up, the All-Star game in general, but All-Star weekend, we haven't talked about that. Let's start reversal.
Okay.
Let's go back to celebrity game. Giannis's first W, GM wise. He constructed a nice team.
So I didn't watch the celebrity game. I did see DK Metcalf's highlights. That's actually ridiculous.
Crazy.
I don't know how Giannis was not supposed to coach this game. How did he even end up on the floor?
He was building up towards Sunday night. Like I felt like it was something that he was like, you know what, I can win something. Let me bring something to this. And the clip that we got about Mark Davis and him cooking Richard Jefferson, that's at least a highlight that I'll take from it too.
He's an idiot. I'm trying to figure out when did Giannis become like this granted, it's been around for a while, but it's just been building, like from the dad jokes to this. Like he's really
elevated.
He's really enjoying being like one of the
prime time.
He's enjoying prime time for sure.
He said he didn't like the lights and all that. He cheesed it up. Because I mean, like from that to okay, let's go to Saturday night.
Right.
They had also wait, the Rising Stars Challenge. Some great little things from that. Did you see Alvarado mic'd up on the Rising Stars game?
I saw nothing on Friday. Honestly, I didn't think Friday was going to be that interesting, but I heard great things about both games though, so that's cool. At least that they were entertaining. But I did not hear him mic'd up. What did he say?
Oh, he was popping his stuff. He was coming down. He was like, he sees transition. They're coming down the court. He's like, oh, I'm gonna knock this down. I'm gonna they didn't censor a thing. I feel like they were getting their money's worth that night. He was cooking. The more he talked, the more he balled. It was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We don't really need to talk about the skills challenge. It came and went.
It is what you didn't like seeing,
No.
The Antetokounmpos. You didn't like seeing, home cooking, Utah Jazz.
How much
something?
Bro, how much money did Giannis pay them? Because ain't no way his name was all over this weekend like this. There was absolutely no reason why his brothers need to be in the skills challenge. There were
absolutely.
No.
Absolutely, yes. Because he's big money. He's all about family fun. And the people got that.
He is making sure they are getting paid.
They're getting buku bucks.
Yeah, they're getting something. They getting paid and getting seen. Okay.
Hey, you know what? He's a man of the people, and he's helping his brothers out. He's like, hey, you're gonna get some work while you're here. We're always gonna be doing something. We're building skills everywhere. So, they're thinking long term.
So it was a networking trip for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but no, the skills challenge was atrocious. My statement still stands. The 3-point contest was interesting. I mean, it's a 3-point contest, so there's not too many ways they can spice it up. I don't think I'm too surprised by any performances. I think Halliburton's first round kind of surprised me, but other than that, I mean, Dame winning is cool. I think the little narrative of not little, let me not say that. The narrative of Weber State being in Utah and all of that, I think that's cool.
Oh yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that's what's up. So the 3-point contest was what it was. Always
shouts out Tyrese Halliburton repping whack jumpers everywhere, showing that they can get it done.
Look, repping whack jumpers, but also repping Wisconsin. It may be Oshkosh,
yes,
but I respect it.
Hey, he's more Wisconsin than Tyler Hero, more Milwaukee than Tyler Hero. I'll take that.
Yikes!
And he performed better. I mean,
why is Tyler catches This isn't the point. Anyway, dunk contest.
Woo. Oh yeah,
It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible.
there were two nice ones.
There were two. I'm
Two
just
nice,
mad.
two nice contestants.
Yes, I feel like KJ Martin could have been a better contestant because I feel like his first dunk was a decent dunk. I just feel like he didn't finish the first attempt. And then after that, I don't really know what his goal was with the second dunk, but I feel like we probably didn't see his best.
No, we didn't at all.
So I feel like
that man from New Orleans, who I'm
Trey Murphy.
Sorry, yeah, it's been one of those days. Last day of basketball, you know what it is.
I feel that.
No, Trey Murphy. I thought he was just a 3-point shooter. I knew he can get up a little bit, but he had some creative ones. That between the legs catch without bouncing, very tricky. And the tomahawk windmill, although corny a little bit to the lead up, tough, super tough dunk.
Yeah, no, the lob was more impressive. The lob was more impressive than I think people realize, just because of the catch and then also the windmill off of it. But I think I would have rather saw KJ's last two against Mac as opposed to Trey Murphy. Not to take away from the dunks necessarily. I just feel like KJ probably had something in the tank that would have been. He probably had a 50. He probably had a 50 tucked away that he didn't get a chance to do.
100%. And thank the heavens we didn't get a Jericho Sims 2 more.
Oh,
so I mean,
my God.
what was the game plan there? We went double honey dip. Like that's and then to take out a 50 super slow, like you gotta do it on the rim, take it off, and then show 50. You can't come down, struggle to take it out, and then be like crumpled up.
So 50. Listen,
that's tough.
Let's cut the man some slack. He did only join the contest like a week before, if that. So maybe the man really didn't have ample time to practice. Nonetheless, I completely agree about the 50, the worst dunk of the damn contest, if you ask me. Ooh. But yeah, so Mac, I mean, let's just give him his flowers, talk about him. I mean, I knew about Mac McClung in high school.
What did he say?
Huh?
What Drewski say?
Drewski's an idiot, first and foremost.
Giannis is an idiot.
All of them are idiots. Actually, everybody that was there was idiot.
Oh, yeah. Side note, before we get to Mac, too, because it's Black History Month, we got to appreciate Black excellence. Giannis is just so accustomed to us now because, him calling Grant Williams an ugly ass to get out the way. Dog, I saw that Grant Williams face. That's the universal. I'm getting cooked. Let me move out the way. that was, the little gems on the side. I love that.
Yeah, no, it was a good crowd. I think it's always cool seeing like the players like build up over time, because when they first started, I was like, it does look a little empty over there. Usually it's more people. But I be forgetting that people competed and stuff. They gotta go.
They're taking their time.
Yeah, everybody got to come back and bust fits. We won't even get into some of the fits that we saw out there. Some of that was just insane. But some of them needed to put other clothes on. But to Mac though, I knew about Mac McClung in high school. Like I saw some of his mixtapes and stuff in high school, so I knew if nothing else, he had bounce. I mean, I've been hearing his name as he's been like circulating like the G League and stuff like that. So I've always been aware. So when I heard he was in the dunk contest, I'm like, oh yeah, that should be interesting. That should be really fun. But I feel like he shocked a lot of people. Did you know? Did you know about him?
I knew that. Yeah, like I knew that he had that, but like to go like that 4 for 4.
Yeah,
that was. So let's start with the first one. The first one was there's two people in front of each other. Nice, cool. Puts the man on top of the other one's back, holds the ball on top of his head, jumps over both. Not only jumps over both, taps it on the backboard and then reverses it.
Here's the thing, bro.
That's a lot.
First, I didn't see the tap at first. Like the first angle they showed, I didn't see him tap the backboard. So but I still was like, he had to jump over, grab the ball, and then still bring it up. But when I saw the tap, I said, "Oh, wait a minute." I said, I
I don't
said,
know which way. I don't know which way.
I said,
It's one of those though.
I said, wait a minute. I said, hey, that's tough. I said, that's tough.
That's a start. It's like, okay, cool. What more do you have? Second dunk was, which one was it? See, because I get ahead of myself. That
Yeah.
double pump was something
I
ridiculous.
think that was the second dunk. I think the double pump was the second dunk.
Because I thought he bobbled it, and I was like, he bobbled it and then got it back and like hung. I thought it was a botched catch and then go up. I was like, that's tough. But then to see that he went reverse, that
Man,
was that's some NBA Street Volume 2 stuff. Like that's I was breathless. I was like, there's two more dunks. That there's no way that this man could top whatever he's just done. And then see, okay, what was the third dunk before that last spinorama? What was that third one?
oh, the third one. So he came from the right side, right? And he did so he came from the right side. He turned his body like he did like an inside 360 like windmill, John.
Yeah, okay. I think I did. No toss.
No toss.
Or no toss. Okay, yeah. No, because all of his were just like from the rip and then just like punch. That was tough. Yeah, and then the last one.
Which is crazy because now looking at that dunk, that's low-key his worst dunk out of his four. To even, I mean, not even that he has a worse dunk, but like that's the least impressive dunk.
Yeah. And then the last one.
Crazy.
Yeah, and then the last one, the 540. Like
the wild thing is he probably could have 720.
He spun 720.
Because he
but he dunked when he just reversed.
Because he 540 like moving his arms. Like he 540 with a pump.
Yeah.
He didn't pump. He probably could have 720 or would have 720. Crazy.
Yeah. That was
with two jerseys on.
That's added weight. That's added weight too.
No, that's a great showing. I mean, I haven't been watching the last few dunk contests, as I'm sure we are all in agreement that the last couple have been pretty trash.
Yeah.
Probably one of the more exciting showings since probably that Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine era.
100%.
I'm trying to remember what was after them though, because I don't
remember what's after them. That's the most memorable, right?
Yeah, I don't remember who's after them. On the dunk contest though, I almost forgot. On the dunk contest though, how do you feel about the star athletes, more specifically, like being so adamantly against the dunk contest?
I don't get that. Maybe it's just the Ja effect, but it's just kind of corny to be like, no, I'm never doing it. Like that's just like, are you anti-fun? Like what's the? Do you know what you can do? That like, and at least Anthony Edwards didn't say anything. I'm trying to see something like crazy. Like I want to see the best go at it. Like let me see Ant, Ja, Zion, and then throw in Mac McClung. Like, okay, who cares if you lose to Mac McClung? Maybe that's the ego that they're like, I don't want to do this. But I'm trying to see something. Like the people want to see. Like if you got it, flaunt it. Like Steph was in a 3-point competition. He's not like, no, I don't want to do it. You could shoot like I can't. Like it doesn't make sense. It just is so anti-fun. Just like try something, do something.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just like if Ja was just like genuinely uninterested, then it would be like, yeah, that sucks, but okay. But this intention of like, I'm too cool to do it is just like, what do you mean? But honestly, bro, this Stephen A said this earlier, and yes, it's Stephen A, but I still think it's funny. He said it's all LeBron's fault, and I
Yeah.
can't really argue because there's absolutely no reason from anywhere between that that last half of the first stint in Cleveland and like by the time he got to Miami, like he was too Hollywood, he was too big time. But somewhere in that first stint in Cleveland, he could have done the dunk contest, bro.
Man.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in his first 4 or 5 years, he could have did it.
But I feel like it would have been one of those things where it's like we see him, and then even though he's got great bounce, I don't know, is LeBron creative? It like that sounds crazy. He's very creative on the court. He can do anything that he puts his mind to, but like, is he dunk contest creative? Does he have the float to make it look cool, or is he just gonna kind of, you know, power a lot? Does he have that finesse that some of those guys have?
Young Brian, first 5 years, Brian.
100%, 100%. No, like
Ooh.
I think he is capable. He is physically capable, but like, could he? Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about my, you know, maybe yeah, he definitely could have, but I don't know. Maybe he had writer's block. Maybe he was in the lab and he was like, I don't got anything, you know.
Maybe.
But anything he would have done would have made us go crazy.
Yeah. Zion's never going to do it. Whatever.
Come on.
I would love to see that happen. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what the big thing about it is, but I wish that was something that more stars would consider doing. But
Yeah.
So now back to the actual game. First, foremost, thoughts on the draft?
All right. My downstairs roommate is my witness. I was screaming at the top of my lungs that Giannis was actually drafting. When he started off with Damian Lillard and LeBron with like the live draft, first of all, the format was phenomenal. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. There was a lot of gems in there too. But to start with him taking Damian Lillard, I was like, wow. LeBron was even like, what did you do? Why have you done this? I didn't think you were going to do it. So that was really cool. And then also LeBron taking Ant first. I was like, real recognize real. I did take him very early in my draft too. I was like, salute. That's tough. Like, so happy for those guys. And then after that, Giannis taking Ja mistakenly. Hilarious.
I missed that, but I wish I would have saw it live. That's
Oh,
hilarious.
he was like the young, high flying. Then when he was describing it, he was like Ja Morant. They turned to everyone. They turned to Tyrese Halliburton, Julius Randle, JJ. They're all looking at each other like he doesn't know. LeBron was like, "See, look, he's just trying to do anything right now." You know, it was. I thought they had a really good dynamic. It's really funny seeing, you know, the Giannis didn't know he made a mistake. He took it right in the chin. He was like, "Oh, my fault. I'm gonna scratch him off." He had his little look. He just scratched him off. Yeah, I thought it was. They had some good stuff. And then overall, I really like the Tatum pick too. Like I said, I texted you while it was happening. I was like, he needed that wing because Braun was taking all of the rangy wings. He took Jaylen Brown, he took Ant first, and then he took uh PG. And then Giannis had all point guards. It was Shea, Dame, and then even taking Donovan Mitchell over Jokic. I'm just like, that team is like small, but like at least he got Tatum and he's got like some wing to defend. And then lo and behold, that wing turned out to drop double nickel to be the MVP. So that was a great pick. And they were hitting. Him and Donovan were going back and forth. I love that sequence.
Yeah. So like the All-Star game, I would not watch the All-Star game until the fourth quarter. But honestly, I'm glad I watched the second half because honestly, what I saw in the third quarter was genuinely insane. Like,
man,
we know all these dudes can hoop, right? But what they did in the third quarter, like what Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum and Dame did in the third quarter, that's illegal, bro. That should be illegal.
that half court shot by Dame, the net didn't even move. It wasn't even like a rip three where it's like it's fighting to make it in. It said,
But bruh, like what kind of sequence is Donovan Mitchell 3, Tatum 3, Tatum 3, Donovan Mitchell 3, Tatum 3, Dame 3, Donovan Mitchell 3, Dame 3, Tatum 3. Like, bro, and mind you, these are either all deep shots or still relatively contested shots.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
bro, we are old. Then not
that's
even
tough.
to mention though, Kyrie is the best finisher in the NBA.
Yeah. No, we were seeing some crazy things out there. How do you feel about Jaylen Brown saying it was a glorified layup line?
He's absolutely correct. He did not tell a
Yeah.
single lie. That's exactly what it was. Which I know they keep trying to find ways to make it more competitive, but I don't really know I don't know what you can do to make them want to take that game seriously. My
Like
thing,
charities don't work, obviously. They don't care.
I mean, but you gotta think they're doing philanthropic things all throughout the season
Yeah.
anyway. So not to obviously take away from what it means to be donating the money to charity, but like this is normal for them at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like, but what can be done about that game that weekend to make it where they were talking about it on the broadcast, I think, or maybe after, but they made a great point. So like the Rico Hines runs and all the other runs that'll be happening in the off season, like before like before training camp and all that. And
Yeah.
obviously they're not going like 100%, but like they hooping, they putting work in. Like they had a session, like they get into it. Why can't they bring that type of energy to the All-Star game?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It maybe because before there was like some competitive spirit to it. Like even like I feel like when it comes down the stretch, it usually does. But this one, it definitely got turned more into a route than I think they thought, and it was kind of over. It was a bunch of guys that try and a bunch of guys that don't. Joel Jokic and like company, but like I don't know what you do in that situation because the point format I think is better. But what's that next step to really like incentivize? Like, hey, do you guys want to play? Like, you can't do a playoff spot, surely, but I don't know. You have to give these players an incentive that like they can buy into. Like you can knock off a year of your contract if you're the MVP. I saw someone tweet that.
That's
Just
why.
like you got to give them something to play for. Everyone KD fight Kyrie fighting for his life to get out of the last year of his contract. He'll drop 70.
Yeah, I'm not sure, bro. I don't know because it's just like what can you like? I don't know. Like, what can you do? I don't really think that I don't know what incentive there is for players to,
Because they don't want to get hurt.
but my thing is this: you run the risk of getting hurt every time you step on the court. You run that
Yeah.
risk every time you step on the court. You run the risk of getting hurt in everything that you're doing throughout the weekend. Like, yeah, everything is light at the practice. And like I'm saying, I'm not coming out here and saying like this is the finals, right?
Yeah.
But if any of y'all go to a pickup, like if y'all go to any gym in the summer, in the off season, and y'all doing runs and y'all trying to like, stay in shape, y'all going at each other. Like they don't like even when we see the clips in the summer where like some dude get 5 or 6 straight buckets on some poor random soul in one of these gyms,
Yeah.
that's still relatively decent defense. Like you ain't got too many contests happening at the rim and stuff like that. But in terms of like perimeter defense, that's there. And
Yeah.
like y'all are very skilled players, so it may look easy, but we can tell the difference between Matador defense and trying to actually make somebody work for a bucket, even if you're not getting all up in them. I just feel like they're too skilled for it to not be more competitive.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong. And it's not even like we're far removed from games that were. Like I remember the time when like they were trying to isolate Harden late game down the stretch. Like,
I know the problem. The league's
there's
too
no more
nice.
beef.
We don't have enough beef. We don't have enough
Yeah.
beef in the NBA.
We need a Bones Highland Jamal Murray All-Star game. We need to have James Harden back in there. We need some toxicity. There's we have all of them don't care. They're all too cool. Like they're all here just chucking whatever, putting up BS. Like, no, let me see you go at it. James Harden would have beef with 4 or 5 of those guys in that All-Star game alone. Like maybe we did need him.
Look, everybody's here to have a good time. Look, everybody's here to have a good time, and I'm not for it. Okay, I'm not a fan of it. All right, give us the toxicity, give us the drama. I don't know if they got to play Future in the locker room the entire weekend. I need some different type of energy coming from these players.
Where there's yin, they need yang.
We need somebody to stir the pot, man. Ja was deep there being all cool. No, John needs you to talk to somebody. I need you to get under your skin. I need you to try to dunk on somebody. Lastly, just wrapping up, any thoughts as we head into this last little, not even a third, less than a third, but this last push of the season, pushing for playoff contention, pushing for playoff seeding. Any thoughts on teams that are going to make some charges, make some pushes? Who you looking at?
I'm just waiting to see everybody with their teams back healthy. I'm waiting for KD to come back soon for Phoenix so we could see that play out. I'm waiting for Giannis to heal from his hand injury, which they said no structural damage. For him to get back cleared, Jay Crowder even for the Bucks, Steph, just all those guys that can't play right now. I'm trying to see actually back so we could see what this pans out to be. Because I feel like with all them back, those 3 names right there alone, I feel like it'll be a banging end of the season. Zion, I feel like he's going to be out for a little bit longer. I feel like that kind of puts a damper on things again. But Lord knows, just pray for these men's health. I need a nice playoff with everyone there, but give them time. I feel like it's actually perfect that a lot of those names are getting their rest now so that they're ready for that time, if anything. So that's my little take on it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I feel the same way. LeBron and AD as well. Hoping it'll be really exciting, I think, to see their push at the end of the season. If Bron is saying, "Look, I'm ready to go and make this push for the playoffs," if AD is healthy, whatever that means for him,
right?
Right. But no, it'll be really interesting to see. I think once we get back from the break, and I think kind of I think the last month of the season. So I think the last from early to mid March to the end of the season in April. I think that's going to be a really strong month of basketball because at least seeding in the West is already pretty tight. The East is somewhat kind of set, but I still think those middle teams, if one of them goes on a run, it can look really different. Like if Brooklyn catches a little bit of a rhythm, Miami and New York fighting right now.
Those top 2 seeds.
Oh, them as well. And depending on what, does Philly stay in the hunt? Do they fall?
Yeah.
Oh, it could. Yeah, it can get interesting on both sides. It can get real interesting on both sides. So I think a very interesting month of basketball to come. And I'm excited, man. Like you said, if everybody's healthy, no matter what the seeding is, I think the playoffs can get really, really spicy if everybody is healthy. So yeah, man.
No, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Well, that's it for this week. We know the release schedules and stuff have been a bit off as of late, but trust me, the content is still coming. And as we get deeper into this season, more conversations, more breakdowns of where playoffs and seeding stuff is at, because I check the standings every day. I don't know about good brother Emilio over here, but I check them consistently. So I'll be ready to analyze where I think teams end up. But yeah. That's it for this week. Until next time, we'll catch y'all. Peace.
My boy.